Hey guys, this is Captain Jack Carlson. I'm here with Captain Travis Benson. This is episode 1 of the Conchs podcast. And in this podcast, we're going to be giving away a brand new Bubba Blade here. You got almost an $80 value. So this is going to be our giveaway of the week. And to start off, we just had our swordfish tournament this past weekend, and we caught some epic fish. We had 10 boats entered. It is a limited boat entry here, so we don't really want a whole lot of boats. We'd rather have less boats. But we had a great turnout. Fishing wasn't the best, but we had 3 fish weighed in. And, I was proud of a couple of our captains. Captain Cam and Captain JC put John on his first swordfish, a 103-plus pounder, to take second place. And then we had one of our other ones, Captain Dylan and with Larry, and those guys scored third place with a 68-pounder. And tell us about the first place fish, Trav. How about that massive swordfish?
Yeah, that thing was a monster. Magnum.
Monster.
No, it was a big one there. It was, they didn't quite bust a nickel, but it was pretty big. I think it was about 381, so that was a pretty monster swordfish, and they were able to bring that one to the docks, so that was pretty sweet, man. That was exciting.
Yeah, Captain TJ from Alamorada, he got that fish from Live Action Charters. Great guys. They did a phenomenal job. You bring in a fish like that, that's a fish of a lifetime, a lot of swordfish steaks, so, there was almost all said and done, $24,500 in that tournament, and so that was up for grabs. Fortunately, I wish there would have been more fish weighed in, but you know what? It is what it is. It was tough fishing. We had 6 boats in it on Friday, 8 boats in it on Saturday, and 6 boats in it on Sunday. The way the tournament works is we have the captain's meeting on Thursday, and the captains have to declare what 2 days out of the 3 they're going to fish. So, some of the captains, picked and choose their days. And so, the bite, we had 2 fish weighed in on Friday, 1 on Saturday, and 0 on Sunday. So just shows you how slow the fishing is. But, at least the weather was great, So that's something, that we're blessed to have and do and give away some money. We had some great trophies by Gray's Taxidermy. We gave away actually swordfish head mounts, and those turned out epic and everything like that. But that's not all that we did this weekend. What did you do, Trav?
So I had a good weekend too, man. I went up to Homestead. We went to the raceway. Got to meet a lot of the drivers with Jordan Anderson Racing. So that was pretty cool, and met the owner, Jordan Anderson, and watched the race up there. So that was really cool. We got to, see the Xfinity series. There was the truck series, and did a lot of that. So that was cool, man. We had a really good time and meeting those guys. They're gonna, they came down and fished with us on Sunday with Captain Nick. So, definitely looking forward to doing some more, going to some races in the future.
Yeah, that was cool. Those guys reached out to us and asked, hey, can we trade out? We'll take care of some of your crew, take care of us fishing. I said, can you throw the sticker on the car? They said, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, all right, we're in. So, it's a good way to sponsor them and get in there. Of course, our guys are Team Monster. Travis got to meet the race car driver there in the Xfinity series. Of course, Kurt Busch has been on our boat before, and we love watching him on Sundays. But this was Xfinity series, so it was on Saturday. These guys got VIP passes, and a little bit loud, wasn't it?
It was pretty loud, yeah. They were we had to keep the earphones on, in the pits. That was pretty cool watching the drivers change out all the tires, and got to hang out with them and listen in on the earphones. See kind of how they were, all working together. So that was cool. And yeah, the Monster team was cool too. They were there. Got to meet the Monster girls. They kept trying to flirt with me the majority of the time. But that was fun meeting them and the Monster drivers. So everyone, it was a cool experience.
It's tough being you, Trav. The Monster girls are all over you.
Yeah, it's tough out here on these streets. I was beating them away with a stick. But
Right.
Besides that, we had a great time, man. It was a lot of fun up there. So thanks for Jordan Anderson Racing, hooking us up with the tickets and everything.
Yeah, then they came down and Nick and Chad took them out and had a great time. They got their limit of blackfin tuna, so those guys had to catch a plane, on that Monday afternoon. Or actually on Sunday afternoon. So they actually came down here after the race, stayed the night here in Marathon, and then headed back up after fishing with a cooler full of blackfin tuna I saw. So that was pretty cool. So, but anyhow, that was like the fishing report what we had this weekend. Now this weekend coming up now, to do the forecast, it's going to be a little bit windier. So when it's stuff like that, fortunately here we have the Gulf of Mexico or the Florida Bay, and we can go out there 10, 12, 15 miles. I think Trav's been getting in some Cobia out there.
Yeah, cobia fishing's been starting to heat up. That's always fun out there in the bay, and fishing for those guys on live baits, jigs, all different type of ways you can catch them. It's a lot of fun out there, and you never know what you're gonna see out there. It's a cool place to fish, and the flats is good too. Myself and Captain Austin and Tom and some other guys, they're out there looking for still snook out there, and bonefish, tarpon. You kind of never know what you're going to get out there. So the bay's always fun to go, especially if it's blowing, pretty good out front.
Yeah. Well, so the guys are there. Captain Austin's already been out this week. Some tarpon are showing up. So, using light tackle, a lot of times we'll use 30-pound test for the tarpon, to get the bites. They use like a 6.0 or 7.0 BKK hook. And, they use the Mutu a lot. And, just seems to get them right in the corner of the mouth or right in that button. But, using crabs, live pilchards have been around. So that's been the key, light leader, live pilchards, fish it into the bridge. A little tip that you can do is actually go walk the bridge first. See where those fish are hanging out with. Kind of remember where it's at, like which pile, and look at the power poles. And so kind of go get some exercise and spot where you're going to be fishing. That bridge is full of fish, especially this time of year. It can be snook, it can be tarpon, there'll be jacks, there'll be sharks. A little bit of everything. So, so depending on what you guys want to do, that's a great spot when it's windy. So that's what I recommend, for this weekend. You can stay inshore some. But with the blow comes sailfish.
Yeah, that's true. We're looking forward to getting out there too to put some kites up, put the live baits on the kite for the sailfish. That's always cool. Sight fishing for them. You can see them. Sometimes tailing, which is awesome, and get any variety of different baits. The big live razorbacks. The pilchards. You get pinfish. Ideally goggle eye. Those are great. Speedos. Any big live frisky bait, you hang it on the kite, something's going to eat it. So that's always exciting out there. So we're looking at really looking to catch some more sails coming up here with these cold fronts, but you never know what you're going to get into out there. Blackfin tuna, wahoo was caught. Captain Tyler got a nice wahoo recently, so you never know what you're going to get, and just put the kite up and some live baits on it.
Yeah, that's true. So Captain JC was out there, and he was flying the Tigris kite. Actually, he said the white one flew best for him. It wasn't too heavy a wind, so therefore he's able to fly the white one. And it's very, it flies perfect. You hang 3 baits off of there. So he caught the first sailfish of the season, really, since these cold fronts and everything coming through. So, and that was with John as well. So John got his first sailfish, got his first swordfish with Cam during the tournament. Those guys even went down to the dry tortugas and stuff like that. So John fished a lot. They caught muttons and groupers, all that good stuff. But, a lot of times here, we're going to be sail fishing just off that reef edge, anywhere from 80 feet out to 200 feet, and that's the zone where those fish like to travel, and there is a lot of ballyhoo on the reef. So if you see ballyhoo, you're kind of in the area where the sailfish will be feeding, so you can either use your Tigris outriggers, your Tigris kites, and you can bump troll for them. So there's a lot of different ways to fish for these. Once again, BKK has the brand new inline circle hooks, which is great for those. Anywhere from a 6/0 to an 8/0. And once again, we use light leader. We even go down as light as 20-pound test sometimes, but anywhere from 30 to 40 is good. 30 is always a good go-to leader. We get a lot more bites, and we'll put on a 6 to 8 foot leader, tie it just line to line, no swivel, so you can get good long cast. But you just set up your outriggers. You can bump troll with the ballyhoo in there. We use the bally hoops to catch the ballyhoo. You can stop on the reef, chum, and you don't have to know how to throw a cast net, but that's what we do. And by using the bally hoop, you get a much better bait, and you don't need a lot. It's not like you need a well of 50, 60 ballyhoo. You can catch 12, and go out there and they hold up. They're hardy. You hook them just underneath the jaw, just out through the tip of the nose. And I tell you what, they swim nice and perfect and just bump troll in that reef area. And, then that's a good area for sailfish. And that's all up and down the Keys, So that's, no matter where you leave from down here, just that reef edge is going to come alive. And, and once again, you mentioned, Tyler catching that wahoo, we use the big plugs for that. And we don't use wire. So we'll sit there and use like 50-pound mono, tied right to it. We got the AFW fluorocarbon actually that will tie to it. And you can use a snap swivel right on there. And then it gives it, some good action like when you're swimming it and stuff like that. But, and that's another thing. You can just blind troll or fish over the wrecks like with these big Rapala plugs, Yozuri plugs. They all work great. Yozuri's got the Bonita. And then once you get into the wahoo, your high-speed trolling is going to be, top notch for that, so you can put out the 50 wides, 80 wides, and, you want to troll anywhere from 12 to 15 knots, and put out the big baits. We a lot of times use the Connolly fishing lures. I've had great success with those, along with the C&H, the big lures for that, for the wahoo, stuff like that. So, but other than that, man, that's the report for there, anything else that you need to add to the report or anything going on?
Heck yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, the majority of the fish that we've been catching this time of year, anywhere from the wahoo, the sails, any of that stuff, offshore, inshore and the bay is going to be more like the cobia and bonefish, but everything else has been, pretty good. We got the boat races coming up. That's always exciting here with Team Metcom, and MCon, sorry. And so we're excited about the boat races coming up as well, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a fun event. If you guys are coming down, it's going to be starting like the week of first races, like November 8th, and they have a lot of stuff going on starting on that Monday, which is, I think it's Veterans Day. So really the parades, they have Veterans Day parade down there in Key West on Duval Street, and then also the race boats will be there at night doing the same thing, a big parade. They throw out a lot of goodies, stuff like that. Those boats are very impressive. Of course, I was able to fish the MCon guys. Captain Cam was fishing the MTI crew, and both great people there. Taylor, Randy's daughter, was the driver there. She's trying to have a family now, so I think she stepped aside from driving this season, but she was driving, and actually Captain Travis had a time to go fish with her, and it's kind of like how the racing and fishing go together, stuff like that. We just help out down here, and tell us about you fishing with.
We had a great time with Taylor. We went out. Actually, we're doing some shark research, looking for the big hammerheads over there by Bahia Honda. A lot of the researchers, they nickname them the Bahia Honda Bad Bitches. So that was actually pretty funny. But we had a good time. We went out with Ben and Taylor and a couple of the research, shark research people, trying to tag some of the big hammerheads. So we're looking for Big Mo. We didn't see him, but we saw some other really big ones. One that was called Hook, which was pretty cool. They had tagged prior. We saw it and came up and swiped at one of our Jack Crevalles, but we weren't able to catch it and tag it. But we had a great time. Learned a lot about sharks, them how they migrate to the Bahamas from the Keys. So that was neat, and all different type of cool stuff. So it was cool meeting Taylor, and she just didn't, had fun fishing, but she just kept saying, "I just want to go fast." She just loves to drive. So that was cool, meeting her and getting to hang out with all of them. But besides that, it's always a good time, the boat races.
Oh yeah, and it's just fun how everything goes hand in hand: boating, fishing, all that good stuff. So if you guys want to come down, check out the boat races, and then book charters in between the races. We do have a location in Key West. We're at the Marriott Beachside down there. We have 3 boats down there: an inshore boat and then 2 offshore boats. So if you guys want to, just call us anytime. We're easy to find. We do keep our schedule online at Conchs.com, and so you can see our schedule, availability, and rates with all the different locations from Key West to Oak Island, North Carolina. And so if you're anywhere in the area, we'd love to get you out there. But Key West is a great time in general, like when these races come down. We actually filmed our TV show last year down there, and we had a great time fishing with those guys. MCon took first place, and they took first place in the races too. So it's always good when the guys that you're fishing win. So and they got recently sponsored by Monster as well. So they're the Monster boat. So this whole season they fished under the Monster brand and the MCon brand. So it's always good to have some team members down there and representing the brand and keeping it all going together. So, but we do have a special guest here today. We have a couple of them. We got Captain Vanessa. She runs the 32, the Tigress boat. And then we have Captain Jordan. He runs the 36, and that's the Bubba Blade boat. So anyhow, those guys did fish today. So if you like them, come on in here, guys. Slide right in. Family members. But anyhow here, so tell us, Jordy, about the swordfish tournament. I know you fished it, and you had one that got away. So how'd it happen?
Yeah, we fished 3 days, and second day, Saturday, was a good day for us. We had 3 bites, and we had one on, got him up to the surface, got the lead off, and we were actually about to see him. Happened to go in the glare of the sun, and we didn't see him, and then we pulled the hook right there about 50 foot away. Kind of a heartbreaker, but that's sword fishing for you. But we weren't able to capitalize, but still a good time. It was a good tournament. Fortunately enough, some of the boys were able to capitalize and put some nice ones in the boat. And congratulations to the guys who caught that 381. That was a nice fish, and hopefully we'll be at it back again next year. Same tournament.
And then Captain Vanessa was out there today. And I posted the picture up already.
We had an epic
earlier.
whacking. Yeah, it was a great day today. It was rough out, but we got lucky. Found a floater in shallow. Got almost 20 mahis right off the rip. I mean, we followed the birds for 45 minutes and just killed them.
Yeah. So now, when you say shallow, like what depth is shallow?
We were in about 600 feet of water.
Okay.
So we're close to shore. I was still in cell phone range,
okay.
answering text messages, catching mahis. Yeah, so in almost Halloween, which is awesome for us down here in the Keys. Usually they're gone by this time. You catch 1 or 2 random, but we got a lot of them today. Tunas were biting. Didn't really have a lot of sharks today, so it was really awesome. So ready for winter. One last mahi bite before they're gone.
It goes. Yeah, well, a lot of times, like in the winter time, those mahi tend to come in closer. You're going to get them like while you're sail fishing. So you get them off the kites and stuff like that. They'll stay inshore. And a lot of times, it's also lobster season. So you're going to find these traps out there. And they have the deep water traps and they have buoys on them. Well, that buoy is debris in the water. And guess what? They hold mahi. Mm-hmm. So if you're out there trolling, make sure your lines don't get caught in the buoys or the lines. But definitely give it a pass and see, at a safe distance. And guess what? Those mahi will come out and find you too. So, definitely when you see those, troll by them, on the surface there. And you will get blackfins as well in that area. And that's going to be in that 150, 180 foot of water just off the Florida Keys all the way up and down. At that. So these guys were out there fishing today, Jordan this weekend, and everything like that. So it's just been a great week, and we want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll be giving this away to one of our subscribers. Send us a DM. We'll pick one of you guys, and we look forward to giving you a good report next week.
Oh yeah.
Tight lines.
See ya.
See you guys.